Hello everyone, thank you very much for joining us for this webinar today, introducing you to your School of Study, which is Hertfordshire Law School. Now, I'm just going to take you through a few buttons that are available on screen to interact with us panelists, and then we'll move on to the format of the session as well. Now, you should see on screen, you've got access to a chat button. Please feel free to use the chat to talk to each other. Do just be mindful about posting any of your personal details in there, though it is an open webinar. And you've also got a Q&A button. Now, if you do have any questions for us panelists, please post them into the Q&A and we'll be reading out your questions and answering them live. We do say put your questions in the Q&A instead of the chat, just because sometimes the chat moves quite quickly and we don't want to miss any of your questions for you. Now, just to give you a bit of an overview of who you've got in the session today, we'll introduce ourselves. So my name's Kat, I work in the international office, and I'll be giving you a bit of an update around things you can prepare now to help you with the start of term.
Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are joining us from to participate in this session. My name is Bukola Faturoti, and I am one of the senior lecturers in the School of Law, and I'm also the admissions tutor. I oversee a team of admission tutors. So either you are joining our undergraduate program or our postgraduate programs, or be it criminology or professional policing, your application would have come to my table at one time or the other. So I will be joining my colleague Kat in welcoming you and guiding you on this next stage of your career. Thank you.
Thank you, Bukola. And so you're in good hands today, everyone. Please do take the advantage to ask those questions that you might have. But I'll just give you a bit of an idea of what we're going to cover in today's session. So first of all, you'll get an introduction to your School of Study, find out a bit more about the facilities that are waiting for you and the opportunities. We'll then move on to that start of term preparation that I mentioned. And after that, we're going to do Q&A. So do ask questions throughout, put them in that Q&A box. We will be typing some answers as we go, so do check out the answered column as well, because you might find somebody's already asked something that you were curious about as well. Now, just before we go through the information, we're just going to make this session a bit interactive for you. There'll be some quizzes throughout. So we'll start off with a poll. So which subject will you be studying? Now, I'm going to launch this. It's multiple choice, so please feel free to take part. So I'm just waiting for that to load. And then hopefully you can select your subject area on screen now. So if you do want to join in, it's a great way to find out if you might have a future fellow classmate in the audience with you. And then we'll have a look at the results together as well. So your options here are bar practice, business law, criminal justice and criminology, international commercial law, international human rights, property and information. You might be doing the LLB or the LLM, professional policing or solicitor's practice. So I'll just wait until everybody who might want to join in has had a go, and then we'll have a look at these results together. That's brilliant. I can see about 80% of you have joined in, which is excellent to see. We've had some new people joining the webinar, so if you do want to join in with this multiple choice poll, please do so. But I'm going to close the polling now and we'll have a look together. Excellent. So really good mix. Lots of people coming for the LLM or the LLB. We've also got a few of you coming for commercial law, business law, bar practice as well, which is excellent. Really good range of students and courses that we've got in the room today. But chances are you do probably have a fellow future classmate in the audience with you. But thanks for joining in, everyone. We love kind of seeing you interact with these sessions as well. Now, what we'll do, we'll move on to the information section and I'll pass over to my colleague, Bukola.
Thank you, Kat. Okay, welcome once again. It's a great pleasure being here this time. I can see that you will be studying different programs with us, both undergraduate and postgraduate programs. So I'm sure I've introduced myself. So in case you're just joining and you missed that introduction, I'm the admissions tutor at the School of Law. So I oversee different application, especially if you're coming from overseas and you have a sort of complex application, even if you're a home student as well. Actually, I do the bulk of the undergraduate programs admission. And I teach at both undergraduate and postgraduate levels. I supervise PhD students as well. So one way or the other, you will come across me, especially those of you that you are going to be doing your postgraduate study with us. So now let us go through what we have for you on the slides together. So I can tell you that one of the best decisions you've ever made in your life is you deciding to come and join us at Hertfordshire Law School. And why am I saying this? Because we actually position you in advantageous position, in advantageous area to be able to undertake your study and develop your career either as an in-house lawyer or a barrister who wants to go to court or a solicitor working within a law firm. And again, possibly you want to become an academic. So our teaching pool, I mean, in terms of members of the faculty, we have academics with different background, either in terms of their nationality. For somebody like myself, I'm originally from Nigeria, but I've been teaching in the UK for more than 20 years now, though I may not actually look it. So we have colleagues from different parts of the world. And not just in terms of our nationalities, also in terms of our expertise. We have those who are practicing uh, in different law firms, barristers who have now decided to switch to academia. We also have retired judges. So we have a very good profile, and we also know what the law profession demands. So, which means we'll be able to help you to also step into the same shoes, just like ourselves. Hertfordshire Law School is it's not a young school as such, as in we have experience of over 40 years now that we've been doing this business, and we've trained and we've helped thousands of lawyers to commence their own career. Now, let us talk about how you will be learning, as in you are going to go through weekly seminars, as in you have the lectures where you get introduced to the topics and you later come back for the seminars, which are always smaller. So there will be an opportunity to have one-to-one interaction with your lecturers. Then we also use different types of assessment methods in order to test, to evaluate your understanding. For some, we use MCQ, multiple choice questions. We also have essay writing, coursework, and in some instances, you may also need to undertake exams because we want to help you develop yourself. And apart from the regular teaching, we also have various co-curricular activities that you can choose from. If you're doing something in the area of criminology and criminal justice, you will be exposed to things like being a detective. We have our award-winning law clinic, whereby you will have the opportunity to treat life cases with the support of solicitors and barristers. So all these things, this is how you start to enrich your CV even before you start applying for jobs. We have street law. That is another one which gives you opportunity to go to different schools to speak to students, those that are in secondary schools or in primary schools. You are telling them about the importance of law in the society. Some of you may have the opportunity to go to the court to also speak to clients, as in those who have issues, as in you can also help them in arranging and managing their cases. So I will stop there for now. Then we go to the next slide. Yes. So where will you be learning? As the one thing at the beginning, you would have seen the picture of one building there. That is the law court building. That is where the law school is situated. That is where you're going to have the opportunity to be taught. Inside that law court building, we have the full-scale replica Crown Court. And you can see some of our students, as in this is when they're undertaking a trial advocacy inside that law court, the moot court. This Crown Court is just like the standard court which you see at the Old Bailey. Lectures can be recorded. It has cameras and gadgets, and some films have actually been shot inside that courtroom. That is to tell you about the standard. So you start feeling like a barrister, like a solicitor, even while you are still a student. And you use the room to prepare for different competitions like mooting, client interviewing, mediation. We expose our students to competitions in different experience at national level, at international level. And I can tell you, we've competed with the best of the best in the UK, and we defeated them as in when we talk about top schools in the UK, we refer to them as Russell Group universities. And we beat them and we won national trophies. So you can be one of our ambassadors representing us. We help you to grow your confidence when you decide to represent us in this competition. Next slide, please. All right, so we are going to just watch a short clip, or you see our students undertaking the trial advocacy session. Over to you, Kat.
I am obliged to counsel for both the appellant, Mr. Pats, and the respondent, the Crown, for their competent and eloquent submissions. This is not an easy case. The appellant contends the trial judge was wrong in his assessment of the law, and the respondent argues the trial judge's interpretation of the legal test was correct. For the record, the appeal is allowed, the conviction quashed, and the appellant free to go. Okay guys, class dismissed. Thank you very much indeed. Don't forget, next week there's an examination. Chapters 21 to 22 might be quite helpful.
Thank you. So that is just a taste of fantastic things awaiting you. So you can see those students, as in those people you saw in that video, they are our students, as in we didn't recruit professionals to do that. And on the slide that you can see in front of you, these are our students. And I have the pleasure to teach 3 of the 5 people on this screen. So talking about student experience, you don't just learn things theoretically, as in when you're in the courtroom, for example. It means you are undertaking the practical aspect of your learning. So you have the knowledge and you also develop the skills. Because what many employers look out for these days, it's not just about you having qualification. Do you want to have a first class and sound stupid? No. If you come to us, it's not going to be like that. You have the necessary confidence which you need, presentation skills, which is very important, problem-solving skills, team working. These are vital skills that employers are looking for. So you will gain this through the law clinic, which I mentioned earlier on. Our law clinic has won many awards, and it is our students that are working in the law clinic. So you are supported by solicitors who guide you. So you will appreciate what it is to be a barrister or what it is to be a solicitor. You know, I mentioned other strict law, other co-curricular activities that will have like a strict law. For example, it's also a very good opportunity for you as a client interviewing. All these things, they help you of being a detective, whereby you have the chance to unravel a case by working as a detective, depending on what you are studying. Then we also have social events saying that there is that saying which sounds like a cliche now, that all work no play makes Jack a dull boy. So we make sure we strike a balance between your academic life and social events. There are unions that you can join. You can join the one that focuses on your nationality. Maybe you are from Sri Lanka, you are from India, you are from Pakistan, and we recognize different festivals, Black History Month, Diwali, is it Ramadan, as in all those activities, we recognize them as our students. They organize social events to make sure they have fun and not just about sitting down in the library. Then another thing, which is one of our strengths, is the pastoral support which you get. I'm a personal tutor to some students, so anytime maybe they are having any difficulty, they can speak to me in confidence and to make sure that they get the necessary support. We have another colleague that oversees well-being. So in case you have any disability or you want to speak to somebody about your mental health, we guide you, either personal or any issue that can affect your performance. And we also have the employability team that will signpost you to different experiences, different opportunities that are available. We have study abroad, for example. Students at undergraduate level can choose to include study abroad as part of their study. And also we have placement opportunities either with us within the university or outside the school. The same thing with work experience. All these things are designed to make sure you have an enhanced experience of learning in a university. Now let us go to the next slide. So let us see the experience of one of the students who tells you about our day in the university.
Come with me on a day in my life as a law student at the University of Hertfordshire. I start my day by commuting to campus via the shuttle bus, and my first stop is to the LRC to do my prep work for class. Today, I'm listening to my recorded lecture on human rights law, and I love to use the library for some extra reading before my seminars. After this, I head to class held in the Law Court building on campus, and here I'll use my lecture prep to answer questions in the seminar and participate with in-class activities. Once I'm home, I listen to lectures on my other subjects of law and make a start on my notes to prepare for my seminars throughout the week.
You see, that's a very short one for you to listen to. So it's a condensed experience of what it is to be a student. So, you know, I was talking about opportunities a few minutes ago. I spoke about our law clinic, as in, so we have this pro bono where our students help members of the community. So, and they work in areas like family law, intellectual property, company law, and employment law. We've won a couple of awards, like I said. So you can see the Law Works Attorney General Pro Bono Award. We won it in 2020, another one in 2022. We have also been highly commended in Best Contribution by Law School. And this is not far away. You can say, oh, you are talking about 2020 or 2022. You see, we won 2 awards in 2024. We also have justice buses in there, which we also take buses around to support community, as in where people can come to discuss their legal issues. I mentioned street law project. This is when we take you to different schools. I do this as well. So you can imagine, is it when you start to speak to students, when you start to speak to outsiders about what you learn, about your experience, about your exposure, you are gaining the confidence. And there is no way you will go for those job interviews without smashing it, because you are used to talking, you're used to engaging with people, you're used to analyzing issues. So these are pro bono opportunities that helps you to get the experience that you really want. And so your CV is not going to be scanty. So I'm encouraging you, as you are planning to join us, make sure once you come to the school, you are part of these opportunities. Now let's go to the next slide. All right, so this is one of our students from Malaysia, where she studied postgraduate diploma in bar practice with us. Let us listen to what he has to say.
I would say my experience as a bar student at the Hertfordshire Law School was both invaluable and enjoyable. With my time at Herts, I meet a lot of friendships that will last a lifetime. You get to meet so many people from all over the world. The university is really diverse with students of all culture and backgrounds. There are always events going on with different groups of society and people so that you can enjoy. The law school has excellent facilities and a well-established learning environment. For example, 24/7 library, a full-scale replica Crown Court, as you can see behind me, and law clinic. So this has been very helpful in helping me to improve my professional development, such as advocacy, research, and interpersonal skills. The level of teaching is at high standards, and the lecturers are very knowledgeable.
Yes. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? So you can see that is a year's experience. You can see the law court building, and I'm happy that she also mentions the library. So let's say you are working as in a cat will be, in case any of you is thinking about, okay, can I work when I get to the UK? Yes, you can work for 20 hours. Kat will talk more about that in a few minutes, but which means you can use the library 24/7. Are you a night person, early morning person? The library is waiting for you. So great. Now let us, for our programs, I'm sure you know about this already, our LLB program, which is approved by the necessary professional bodies. On it, we cover the 7 foundations of legal knowledge required, like contract law, criminal law, law of tort. As many of our students have qualified as barristers, again, the program is recognized by the Solicitors Regulation Authority. So apart from this core module, we also have specialist modules like copyright and artificial intelligence, data protection, information law, information technology, and the law. So immigration, that's another module. So we are giving you opportunity to choose different areas of law that you can go into. Now, one thing about our school is that it's a one-stop school of law for you. For those of you that you're going to be taking your undergraduate program with us, you can come as an 18 years old, as a 19 years old, and leave us as a fully qualified barrister. And you will get the opportunity of doing that with our LLM or PGD bar practice. Let's say you want to go to the bar. And the same thing if you want to go to become a solicitor. Our LLM solicitor practice has been designed to help you prepare for your SQE 1 and 2. So, and you will have opportunity, like I mentioned earlier on about our employability team. We have one within the law school itself, and there is another one centrally by the university. So within the law school, we organize career fairs for you to be able to join, to attend, whereby you meet employers. And again, we always tell our students to think outside the UK as much as, oh, I want to come to the UK, oh, I would like to settle there. At the same time, as in you can think outside the UK, we train you to be internationally employable. That is one thing. So there is online global career resources which you can make use of. All right, so let's go to the next slide, please. So for those of you that will be joining us for the LLM bar practice, the first major step you need to take is to join the Inns of Court, Lincoln Inn, Inner Temple, or Middle Temple, make sure you join these Inns of Court 12 weeks before you start the course. So you still have ample of time now. So please join one now. Next, please. All right, it's time for quiz. I will hand over to Kat to undertake the Mentimeter quiz.
Brilliant. Thank you, Bukola. Excellent information in there, everyone. So please do take some time to digest it as well. There's a lot you can get involved in Hertfordshire Law School. I can see some questions have come in the Q&A, so we will be answering those shortly as well, everyone. Thank you for sending those in. Now, I'm just going to load up a Mentimeter quiz. It's all anonymous, so do please join in. We'd love to see you engaging with these. And also, it's good practice for when you do start your lectures, because you'll see software like this being used, so it's good to just get a bit familiar with it as well. But now I'm just going to quickly swap my screen sharing so that we can see the quiz. This is just loading now for everybody. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, hopefully you can all now see how to join the Mentimeter. So you can either scan the QR code or you can go to menti.com, use that code to enter, and that will get you into this quiz. I'm going to put the web address in the chat as well, just so it's easier for you to find. Brilliant. So please do join in, everyone. There's no right or wrong answers. You're not going to be graded on it. It's just something fun just to keep it interactive for you and so that we can hear back your thoughts as well. So please do join in with this. That's excellent. I can see one person's joined. We've got a thumbs up there and another. If you want to give a little thumbs up so I can see how many of you are in there ready and waiting, that would be excellent as well. Oh, thank you, everybody. Okay, brilliant. What I'll do then, I will move us on to the first quiz question. If you're still setting up your Menti, you can join in at any point as well, so please do so. Okay, but our next question is, so first question, where in the world are you currently? So you should have a little pin that you can drop and drag onto that world map. Don't worry about being super accurate. I know it might be small if you're doing it on a mobile screen, but just to give us an idea of whereabouts you are in the world. If you want to drop that pin, and then you can press submit, and then we should start seeing little circles appear on the map as well for you. Excellent. I can see we've got a couple appearing now. You might see somebody who's quite close to you as well. Excellent. So if anybody else does want to join in, please feel free. Oh, perfect. Well done. You're getting to grips with this software very quickly. So well done, everybody. Excellent. I can see a lot of people joining from sort of Africa, South Asia area, which is excellent. So really good mix. Lots of you attending from lots of different time zones as well. So thank you so much for giving up your time today to join us for this live session. Brilliant. I'll just leave that up there a few more moments in case anybody else wants to participate, and then we'll move on to the next question. Okay, perfect. So you've got an idea of where your future classmates are coming from in the world. So again, this gives you good prospects to network with your future classmates as well. You'll make friends from lots of different countries when you join Hertfordshire. We are a multicultural university, and we actually have students from over 110 countries at Herts. So even outside of class, if you're joining societies, going to any of the Heart Squad events, you'll be able to meet people from a lot of places. So thank you for joining in that. So the next question, write one word you associate with Herts, and we'll get a bit of a word cloud going. Don't worry about if it's spelling mistakes or trying to think of something too crazy. You can just put down one word that springs to mind when you think about Herts, and we'll see how similar that is for other people as well. So you should be able to type that onto your screens in the Menti, press submit, and then we'll get a few ideas going. Oh, perfect. Someone's gone first. Very brave person. Thank you for having a go. Multicultural, cultural vibrancy. Yeah, excellent. Very good. You can probably see that in some of the videos we've shared as well, how diverse the campus is. But yeah, there's no wrong answers, everyone. It's just to get your ideas on things. You can fill in as many times as you want as well, just to get some words going up there. Oh, brilliant. Everybody's putting good, very good, diverse. Awarded, yes, we have got quite a lot of different awards at the university and rankings as well. Well-reputed institutions. Yeah, we know that like yourselves, people around the world have heard from Hertfordshire, and we do keep our reputation up. We make sure that the teaching is of a certain quality as well, and in the UK universities, teaching is reviewed and graded. Connection. Oh, that's a lovely one, actually. Yeah, so you'll get connected with not only your tutors and your academics from the school, other students, and also the support teams around Herts as well. A lot of our courses have those placement opportunities, so you'd be able to get connected with businesses and professionals as well. But that's lovely. Oh, and someone's put nice landscape as well. Yeah, we're very green around Herts, and I'm sure in your free time when you're exploring other bits of the UK, you'll get to see a lot of that as well. But that's excellent. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined in. We'll move on to the next question now. Okay, so what are your personal goals for the course? So this is just a free type box, and then they'll appear on screen. So again, there's no right or wrong answers. It's all anonymous, but if you do want to share your personal goals, we can just have a bit of reflection of those together with your future classmates. Oh, to be a solicitor. Excellent. Yes, so you've got your career aspirations in mind. That's excellent, and you'll have done the research into what you need to do to get those accreditations as well. If anybody else would like to share, oh, excellent, and I want to be a solicitor, to be a barrister, qualifying as a solicitor and practicing, to be a well-known advocate, barrister again, arbitrator. Excellent. This is, it shows that you've really done your research, you've got your goals, you know what you want to do. Oh, someone else has put to gain global exposure and understanding of how the corporate and employment law works in the UK. Again, brilliant answer. That's, really good. It shows that you're really thinking about how can you achieve your goals and, what's right for you. Successful lawyer course will open opportunities to law firms. Yeah, as Bukola mentioned before, there's lots of those pro bono activities that you can do across the law school. That's really going to build your skill set, build your confidence, help you with your networking as well. Oh, there's lots and lots here. We'll scroll down a bit. Excellent. Thank you, everybody. Understand data protection aspects. Yeah, that is a massive thing in the UK, something that you should definitely be aware of, you know, keeping people's data safe and secure, gain employability skills. Yeah, absolutely. Chartered secretary, successful lawyer. So yeah, this is, again, thank you for joining in, everyone. This is very excellent to see, and hopefully giving you some idea of the thoughts other people have as well. I'll move us on to the next question now. So just for us to get an idea of where you're at and how much information I can help you with, what stage of application are you currently at? Again, no right or wrong answer, it's just to see where you're at in your application journey. So you might be preparing to apply. You might have applied and be waiting for your offer to come back to you. You might be at the pay and deposit stage, so securing your offer. You might be clearing your conditions, you know, sending in your academic transcripts. You might have done all that. You might be ready for CAS. I can see a lot of you are actually as well, which is excellent. Or you might have got your CAS. You might be one of the early birds and applying for your visa, which I can see one person is, which is brilliant. So this is really good to see. Lots of you around the pay and deposit and ready for CAS stage, which is excellent. We can actually issue CAS now for anybody who has cleared all those conditions, paid the deposit. For those of you who are haven't paid your deposit yet, now is the time to do so. So it'll give you plenty of time then for our admissions team to work through those extra bits for you. And for the person who's waiting their offer, don't worry, I'm sure you will receive that as soon as you can. But if you are worried about what's happening at all, please do reach out to your in-country rep or your agent, and they'll be able to have a look, see where things are up to for you. But usually it'll just be that admissions are having a look through your documents to make sure that everything is as it should be for you. But again, excellent. Thank you, everybody. I think I've got one more question. This is just feedback for me, so if you can help me out, that would be brilliant. But I would like to know, how do you prefer to receive information from Herts? So we try and give you as many different channels as possible. So you might like webinars like this one where we talk to you. You might like emails. You might want us to do audio calls with you, in-person events if we can get any in your country, or over social media as well. And you can click on as many as you want. So this one is multiple choice, and you can let us know as many different ways as you prefer. You might like them all. I don't know, it's up to you, however you prefer to receive your information, and we will definitely work on that moving forwards for you as well. But that's excellent. So I can see that email is actually the winner. So yeah, you definitely prefer that. And then in-person events. So we'll feed that back as well for you. Social media, webinars, and then calling is the least preferred. So that was really helpful for me. Thank you, everybody. That is the end of our Menti. So thank you all for joining in with that. That was super useful, and also gives you a chance to do a bit of interactive quiz as well. Now, I'm just going to move back to our presentation. And then what I'll do is I will give you a bit of an update on what you can do now to help you prepare for the start of term. After that, we'll move on to Q&A, so thank you. Now, as we saw in that Menti quiz, a lot of you will be in different stages of the application process. So lots of you were clearing your deposit, preparing for CAS, which is excellent. Some of you might be asked to complete financial checks or a sponsorship interview. If those are required for you, our admissions team will email you confirming what you need to do, any guidance for it as well, just so that you can prepare yourself and then move through those application stages. Once you've cleared everything, you've paid your deposit, you've done any additional checks required, that's when you'll be at CAS stage, and then your CAS can be emailed to you, ready for you to make that visa application. Now I've got another poll as well for you, actually, another interactive poll. So this one isn't the Menti, this is just a poll. So what are you most looking forwards to when you start Herts? So we've talked a lot about the academic side at Herts. But now we'd like to know your ideas around the social side. Now, some of these things you might not be aware of yet, but again, it's just multiple choice. So you might want to do all of them, but it's just which one are you most looking forward to. So you should see that on screen, and it's joining a society, exploring Hatfield and London, taking part in Herts squad sports, or attending an SU event at the forum. So again, I'll just give that a minute or so, just if you want to join in, then you can do, and we'll have a look at the results together as well. Excellent, lots of you filling this in, which is brilliant. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so I will close this poll now. We'll have a quick look together, and then I'll give you some guidance on some of these things. So we can see the winner of this one is joining a society, which is excellent because that is a perfect way to meet people who've got similar interests to you, making friends from outside your course as well. We do have a brilliant SU team at the university. So if you do have a particular interest and a society doesn't already exist and you want to set one up, you can speak to your reps once you're a registered student and they'll help you do that as well. And then a good mix of the other ones. So lots of people wanting to explore the local area and London and get involved in those Herts squad and SU events as well. So that's excellent. Thank you, everybody. Now, just to give you a bit of information about preparing for the start of term, we will also be providing you with guidance because we know there's a lot that you need to prepare, a lot you need to do. We will be updating our pre-arrival guide. That's a guide that we host on our website. We'll update that specifically for your intake, September 2025. And when it's ready, we'll send you an email round. But we usually get that ready towards the end of July, just so it's time relevant for you. And then similar to this session, we also do dedicated pre-arrival webinars. We'll go through things like document checklists, packing checklists, airport tips, so how to navigate the airport, getting from the UK airport to campus, and just things like using the buses in the UK, how to complete your registration. So we will go through all that for you just so you feel comfortable and like you know what to expect as well. On the run up to start of term, we'll also send you reminder emails just about things like the events calendar. So you should see a lot more events populate into this on the run up to start of term. There'll be lots to get involved in. I do recommend get involved in as much as you can, just because that start of term buzz time is where everybody's new, you know, everyone's trying to make connections, make friends. It's a really good time to expand your network and meet other students. And then you can join the club. So as we mentioned on that poll, we've got hundreds of societies at Herts. There's lots of sports clubs as well. They are for all abilities. So even if it's a brand new sport to you, something you've never had a go at before and you want to give it a try, please do get involved. Whatever ability you're at, there is something for you. We have a team at Herts called Herts Squad. They actually run a lot of free sport activities as well. So over the last year, they've done events where you could learn to ride a bike. You could have a go at roller skating, various things like that. So keep an eye out for that as well. And then we also have the chaplaincy and religious groups. Another thing that you might want to get on your radar to take advantage of is Hertfordshire Internships. So these are remote internships personalised to you and supported by a team of professionals. We have host companies in 18 career fields across the world, so you'll be able to be matched with a company in line with your interests and those career goals that I saw on the Mentimeter. It's just a voluntary opportunity for you. It's an opt-in process for our postgraduate programs, because not all of you will have a placement option on your course. But if you do opt in for this and you want to take part, it'll just help you build that network of global relationships. It's flexible as well because it's voluntary and it's online. You can do it at a time that suits you. And it's just a way for you to boost your CV, you know, get that experience down there, improve your career prospects as well. So we will also be sending you further information about this over email, telling you if you're eligible, how to sign up, and a bit more about the process as well. Now, something that I do want to set expectations on is engagement and attendance. So once you are registered at Herts, Try and be ready to start your programme on your course start date. This will be displayed on your formal offer letter, and we'll also be sending out reminders on the run up to start of term as well. Engagement with your studies is monitored. You'll need to swipe in to lectures using an ID card. So like the photo at the bottom there, there'll be lots of touch points where you can tap in your ID card just to register that you were at the lecture. If your engagement drops below 80%, you can risk being withdrawn from the programme. In serious cases, you can risk your visa being withdrawn as well. So that's why making sure that you engage and attend is really important. It's also the reason that you're coming to the UK. You've got all those aspirations of your career prospects, what you want to do after the programme. You're going to have such a better experience if you're attending. It'll make a lot more sense to you as well, because you won't have missed any of the knowledge that's being given out to you by your lecturers. And it's the reason that you're coming to the UK as well, to get that knowledge. So please do make sure that you are attending. And if there are any issues that you encounter during your time as a student, if you become unwell, make sure that you're always letting your programme leader or your tutor know, so they know why you can't attend lectures if you need to miss any. Now, a top tip from me is make sure that you're living within an easy commute of campus, because that's going to make it so much easier for you to attend lectures and access the resources like the LRC. So I would recommend, if you can, live on campus. There's still rooms available, or live in the Hatfield area, just because then you can walk to lectures and you don't have to leave as early in the morning. Okay. So some things that you can do now. So we've touched on some of these already, but there is actually a free online platform that the university has developed for our offer holders. So it's called Getting Ready to Study at Herts, and it's a workbook that you can work through in your own time. I do recommend it's a really good resource to have a go at, while you're waiting for your conditions to be checked, while you're waiting for your CAS to come through, while you're waiting for your visa. Use that time to your advantage. So in the workbook, you've got things like tips for academic success. There's video tours of the LRCs as well, so you feel a bit more like you know your way around when you get here. There's also some videos from other international students about things they wish they'd known before joining university as well. Now is also the time to book your accommodation, everybody, so please do make sure that you're arranging that as soon as you can. We do have those rooms still available on campus. I would recommend living on campus if you can. You've got 24/7 support. You don't need a UK guarantor. All your utility bills, Wi-Fi and contents insurance is included as well. So there's lots of perks like that that you might not get with off-campus accommodation. Now, I do understand some of you might need to use off-campus accommodation. So if you do, always use the PAL website to search for PAL accredited properties. So again, we've sent you an email with this on, but you can also access PAL on our website if you can't find the link. What PAL is, it's a scheme that the university has set up with the local council to make sure that all the properties displayed on the website are in a good state of repair. The images match what the property looks like in real life. All the landlords have been vetted. Any deposit that you had to pay is being held securely as well. So this is a really good way to protect yourself from scams. If you see property being advertised on social media, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So that's why I say use the PAL website, because then you know what you're getting is true. You do need to live a maximum 2 hours or 30-mile radius from campus. Now, personally, I think this is too far. I wouldn't want to be travelling 2 hours there and 2 hours back from my lectures. So I would say live as close to campus as you can. That's why I say live on campus in on-campus accommodation, or at least in the Hatfield area. You do need to check the commute costs and times, because this is another thing that might catch you out if you haven't done your research. So if you are living off campus, how long is it going to take you to travel in? How regular are the buses or the trains? How much is that bus or train ticket going to cost? So use tools like the National Rail or the Uno Bus website to help you work out if it's actually going to be feasible for you, or if it's actually going to work out better for you to live on campus. And the last reminder from me is clear those outstanding conditions. So now is the time to be paying your deposit for those of you who haven't, just so admissions can keep progressing you. We can issue CAS now for anyone who is at CAS stage, and send in those outstanding documents. So if you've still got things to clear, get them sent through. If you're not sure, please do reach out to somebody and we can help you check what's left. So it might be that you need to send in, an amended personal statement or your references. So you can always check with your in-country rep, your agent, or our admissions team, and we'll always be able to double check for you. Now, I've got one last video and then we're going to go to Q&A, everybody, but this is just a little tour of the accommodation on campus. But thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and today I'm going to show you all of the amazing things of why did I choose to live on College Land campus. First, let's start with my bedroom. It's so close to classes and contains everything that you need. And here's my kitchen, where I get to meet all of my flatmates. However, for larger gatherings, we have got common rooms, perfect for everything from group yoga to movie nights. And not to forget the oval. It's great to have a team of support staff to help with just about everything. And a gym for those post-lecture workouts. That really is everything you need on campus. Whether you like to go for a walk outdoors, or if you like to get your focus to the max in the RRC. Looking for a quiet space to pray, meditate or reflect, well, the key is the place to visit. Whatever faith you have or even you have none. Here in the Hutton Hub, you can access to all kinds of information with our Ask Herts Hub. For the best night out, I definitely visit 77 here at the Forum. Over to you, Judith.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Haviland. I'm Judith and I'll be showing you why living here is amazing. The bedrooms are particularly great. You have absolutely everything you need in here. Say hello to the kitchen, where all the cooking and catching up with flatmates happens. In need of support, there's a whole team of staff ready to help here in the accommodation office. And just next door is the common room. Many a games night have been hosted in here. When you're feeling extra energetic, you can head over to the Sports Village. It's great to come over after classes to get a workout in at the gym or take a dive in the huge pool. Just like College Lane, this campus has its very own LRC. And also the beautiful Cafe Ambition with its great music and even better coffee. So that's a wrap. Thanks for coming along with us. Hope to see you on campus soon.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, everyone. We hope you enjoyed that session. We're going to go to Q&A now. Thank you for your patience waiting for us to get here. So, Cola, I've actually got, there's a really good question here that I think a lot of people have probably got. How does somebody sign up for the trial advocacy, client interviewing or mediation sessions?
Yes, thank you. I saw that question. So once you arrive in the UK and you register, after your induction, you are going to be given information about this. So an email will be sent out to all students so you can indicate, and you can also just turn up at our law clinic. So the first one, it will come via invitation via email. All students will be asked to sign up. Some will sign up, some will not sign up, as in depending on which one you want to choose. Then you can simply walk down to the law clinic and meet my colleagues that work there. So that is the answer for that.
Perfect, thank you. So nice and easy, everybody. I've got one that I can answer as well. So somebody has said, is there support for international students with families? Now, we do have some guidance in our pre-arrival guide, which again, I'll share with you on the run up to start of term. There is more that you need to arrange. Just be mindful about what course you're on. Does that actually allow you to bring dependents now, because the rules changed? If you do have family though in the UK, you've got children, depending on the age of the children, there is an on-campus nursery. However, there is usually, it's quite popular because obviously it's so convenient to drop children off in between classes. It also costs, so you need to make sure that you've arranged it, get on the waiting list. If your children are school age, you need to be signing up for local schools. And again, there's links in our pre-arrival guide for that as well. So do just make sure that you've done all your reading, done all your research and signed up to any school or nursery waiting list just to help out your children. Okay. We've got another question here. So let's have a look. There's one about software and tools, Bukola. So somebody says, any specific tools or software that professors use that are required that students should be practicing with on the run up to starting at Herts?
There is none. There is none, as in you'll get reading materials, but once you get on campus, once you get on campus, you'll be able to access our Canvas. Canvas is the website where all teaching materials are uploaded. You are going to have access to our online library as well. So those are the main things you need. You don't need any extra tools. I don't know whether you have any particular one in mind, but you don't need any extra tools apart from you being able to log into our campus in our Canvas and also the StudyNet. As in, all this will sound strange to you, but Canvas is a website where we put all the teaching and learning materials. We also have StudyNet, whereby you get information about your learning in the school. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Now I've got one that I can answer here as well. So somebody said, how often are career fairs organised? So they are throughout the year. There's lots of different events that the careers and employment team put on as well. So once you're a registered student, you'll actually be signed up to the careers and employment newsletter. That'll tell you about events that are happening, things that you can sign up for, various schemes that they're running as well. So alongside all that, you'll also have access to those platforms that we mentioned, like Student Circus, and also the support from the careers team. So you can access them whenever you need to. So yeah, there's always lots going on, and the team's door's always open as well. Right then, so I can see we've got, there's a question at the top, Bukola. I know you started typing an answer, I think, but in case other people had it as well. Somebody said, when are SQE exams taken if one is undertaking the LLM and is interested in that?
Okay, so there are the SQE 1 is held twice a year in January and July, while SQE 2 is held 4 times in a year. That is January, April, July, and October. So SQE 1 twice a year, SQE 2 4 times a year. Now, I remember I saw the question about whether the fees, as in if you come for LLM solicitors practice, the fee for registering for SQE is with the Solicitors Regulatory Authority. It is different from the fees that you pay to the university. So there are 2 separate programs. So as LLM solicitors practice helps you to prepare for the SQE, and you also get master's degree. Okay, so but the SQE exam itself, you register with the relevant body. Okay.
Perfect, thank you. And I've got one more question for you, Bukola. I know we're almost at the end of the hour, so thank you everyone for engaging so much. Somebody has just going on with the extracurricular activities as well. Somebody said, can you choose multiple options like 2 or 3? So if they wanted to mooting, trial advocacy, mediation and client interviewing, or do they have to pick one route and stick to it? Or is there a limit to how many things they can get involved in?
I will encourage you to choose 2. Don't forget that you are a student first. Okay. You want to do this. Let's say you have to, your responsibility, your duty as a student, you want to fulfill that. Again, you may also be thinking of working. So how do you want to balance all these things? So, and you can move from one to another. Maybe you can say, okay, in this semester, I'm going to be doing street law. Then the next semester, I'm going to switch to another thing. So you can work in that area, okay? So that is in terms of that one. Then quickly, I think, when does the September LLM start? It will start like around last week of September, if you're referring to lectures. So, so it starts in September. We have 2 intakes. There is one for September. There is one for January. So for those of you starting in September, from the last week of September, you'll be going through inductions and lectures. Will commence latest first week in October, if not at last week of September. Then I saw another question. Do you want me to take that on LLM without placement?
Yeah, absolutely. If you've got time to answer one or
Okay,
two
yes,
more,
for
excellent.
LLM without, now you see, because when you apply for LLM with placement, it's going to reflect on your admission letter. So when you come to the UK, you can't change from the one with placement without placement to one with placement. But in terms of having a shot at interning in law firms, you don't need to be on LLM with placement for you to be able to intern with law firm, because we do invite different law firms on campus during career fairs. And also when you come to the UK, I will encourage you, by the time you take your first semester, you are studying in a new place, which you may not be familiar with the educational system, how things work. So I think the best thing for you is after your first semester, you can now apply for, you can be looking at different law firms, and the internship does not need to be 1 month. It can just be 1 week, okay? And many law firms now are now introducing virtual internship. So which means you can still do it online, because if this law firm is not close to the university, as in they may be somewhere in London, as in you may get in Manchester, so virtual internship will be able to help you in that area. Is there any working offers, professional work will be given to students? We don't make any promise of that, okay? Like I said, your first responsibility of being in the UK is to study. So employers will see whether you are a suitable person. Some students arrive in the UK, they get a job, okay? That is more about your presentation. Are you actually goal-driven? Are you ready to learn? Your presentation, is it very important? Or you are still stuck in your old way? Do you come to the UK to better your life in achieving that degree? When employers, when they sense that, they can say, okay, oh, this person is matured, they want to learn, then they can actually give you an offer. But as a university, we don't make that promise, so that you will not say that we mislead you, okay? I hope it answers the question for that person. But opportunities are abound, I can tell you that. Can an LLB student apply to one of the inns of the court? You don't need it, because you are not applying to the, the inns of court are separate from the university. They are not part of the university. They are body of baristas. They are bodies of baristas. You can approach them. They will decide whether they want to admit you or not, okay? All right, let me take it from me, Kat.
Yeah, thank you so much, Bukola. I'll just answer a few. I know a lot of people have been asking about CAS as well, so I'll just quickly answer that. So lots of people saying, when will they get their CAS? If you've cleared all your conditions, you've paid your deposit, you've done any extra checks that admissions need, like the financial checks, the sponsorship interview, then you'll receive an email inviting you to fill out your pre-CAS form. That's just a form where you double check that we've got all the correct information from you. So for example, have you got a different passport since you originally applied to Herts? We need to make sure we've got everything correct that you're going to be using for your visa application. Once you've filled that in, that's when admissions will be preparing the CAS for you. So thank you for your patience, anybody who is waiting, but they are issuing CAS now for anybody who is at that stage. So it shouldn't be too much longer if you have cleared everything. So let me just tick these off. And somebody's saying that they've paid the deposit. They've also sent in their IELTS. When will they get an update on their offer? So that's excellent. Admissions will need to check off your IELTS document, make sure it's all right. And regarding the deposit, depending on the payment method you used, it can take up to about 10 working days to clear and show in the university system. Some of payment methods are quicker than others. But as soon as we've got that on record, they'll update your offer letter, remove any conditions that they can with what you've sent in, and send you the updated one. If that was the last of your conditions, they'll actually be able to send you your academically unconditional one as well, and move you to the next stage where you can have your interview or your financial checks as well. Now, what I'll do, I know we have run slightly over, so thank you so much for everyone who's still with us at the end as well. Bukola, thank you so much for giving up your time. If you do need to leave for other meetings to go to, then please do so. But what I'll do, I'll just round off everyone. I'll answer as many typed questions as I can at the end.
It's been a great pleasure being here. So in case you have any question, you can also contact us in the law school at lawsadmissions@art.ac.uk. Sorry about that. Law admissions with S, okay, at art.ac.uk. So, Kat, it's a pleasure being here. Thank you for inviting me. And I look forward to meeting you when you all arrive in the UK. All the best. Bye.
Thanks, Bukola. Bye. Bye. So just before we leave, everyone, if you do want to hear from more students, because I know that it's their stories that will make you feel like you know what you're going to expect from Herts, you can check those out on our social platforms as well. So similar to the one that Yi provided, you can go and check those out. If we didn't get to answer your question and you still need support, please do reach out. You've got your agents, your in-country reps, and there's also our admissions team available at international@herts.ac.uk. So do contact someone if you're not sure what to do next. We're always wanting to help you make sure that you're comfortable and you know what the next steps are for your offer as well. Now, I'm just going to play one short video with some more scenes from Herts while I'll answer as many typed questions as I can. But thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to welcoming you onto the campus in September. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Bye.